Retention.
It's that high energy to the point in your face editing style taking over the internet, grabbing the attention of millions of viewers. And it kind of sucks. Let's talk about it. Retention is how much of a video is watched as a percentage of its total views, and it has rapidly become the metric for a video's success on platforms like YouTube. Retention editing is a style designed to maximize that metric by keeping the audience attention to the very end. So what defines this style? It's stuff like this.
Did you know that 64% of people are scared of the dark? Well, today I'm going to be trapping 100 people in complete darkness.
Behind me is an assassin, and if he stabs me with this rubber knife by the end of the day, he wins 100 grand. I'm currently in the middle of the ocean, and I'm surrounded by sharks. My goal is to survive the next 50 hours lost at sea.
You get the idea. All of these videos share these defining attributes, and they work because our brains are wired to pay attention to loud noises and flashing lights. But more than that, we have a proclivity for novelty. We like seeing and hearing and being promised new things, and these videos offer a continuous flow of just that. These techniques are especially important in today's entertainment landscape, where we have short attention spans and a near infinite number of alternative options to keep ourselves entertained. And say what you want about them, they are effective. The giants of YouTube who use them consistently retain over 70% of their audience, compared to the average video, which only retains about 30 to 40. So what's the problem? Well, most creators believe that when it comes to retention,
it's not bad to be obsessed. Like, if people aren't clicking off, that means they're entertained.
But this is a causal fallacy. If people aren't clicking off, it just means they're still watching, not necessarily that they're entertained. Human psychology is a strange thing, with quirks and patterns that can be exploited to keep us engaged even when we aren't particularly enjoying it. Exploits like these. But this is all style. It's not substance. You can't make a video out of just these things. It's character, story, and emotion that form the backbone of any video. And so when creators conflate watching and enjoying, it can lead to videos like this.
But we have another problem. There's a huge winter storm in the Rocky Mountains right now, and our flight is delayed. Matthew is supposed to fly to the UK tonight, and if I get there too late, I'll miss him completely.
If I don't catch him in time, this is gonna suck.
Luckily, after only being delayed for 20 minutes, I made it on the flight and we were off to Matthew.
What? This conflict is so clearly manufactured because it takes just over 15 seconds to establish. And then it's resolved in one cut without any agency from any character in the video, and it doesn't even have any long-term relevance on the story because it was just a 20-minute. Videos like these undercut the character, story, and emotion because the creator doesn't trust the viewer to keep watching, so they fall back on the psychological hacks of overstimulation and novelty to keep our attention. And sure, it keeps us watching, but it makes the overall viewing experience dissatisfying, hollow, and forgettable. Platforms promote videos like these because, at the end of the day, retention is a metric for advertising, not for entertainment. The longer a creator can keep a user on the site, the more the platform can advertise to them. And that's the foundation of their business. They don't care if the videos are good or entertaining, only that people watch them. And that's awful. Not only because we get recommended worse videos, but because it incentivizes creators to make worse videos. It promotes cookie-cutter content and the homogenization of videos across the entire platform. To be clear, simply using retention editing doesn't make a video worse or lesser. Hell, I've used some techniques in this video. Retention editing is a tool, and like all tools, it's not inherently good or bad, but it can be misused. And creators feel the need to misuse it because it's safe. There's no danger that our attention will wander to another thought when you're always giving us something new to look at, even if we aren't particularly invested in what we're being shown. And so we're left watching. Not particularly bored, but not particularly entertained either. But there are creators who reject retention editing and instead focus on telling good stories, and it's working. there are other creators who incorporate retention editing into character-based concepts, and that's also working. Everywhere you look, there's innovation in content, and many say that the winds of change are coming to platforms like YouTube, and that creators are starting to trend away from psychological hacks and more towards storytelling. And I, for one, welcome that change, because I think we all deserve content that aspires to more than simply just killing boredom.